Hi guys, welcome back to my web series. On this episode of The Gifts You Give Yourself, today we're going to be talking about self-discipline, okay? And I'm not even going to hold you. I have been practicing self-discipline myself as well the past couple of months, maybe the past month or two. And I've learned that self-discipline has many different avenues. Like, it's not just the one. I've always thought of self-discipline to be, being steadfast and focused on reaching a particular goal that you set for yourself. And it's not just that. Of course, that is part of self-discipline, but it's not solely just being disciplined to either reach a certain weight or body, physique, or a certain amount of money that you want to attain, or just any goal that you want to reach. It's not just that. Like, I'm really realizing that there's more to self-discipline, and that's why I'm really glad I had a bit of a break and I was able to sharpen up my self-discipline and just understand that gift more, because it's definitely necessary if you want to succeed, if you want to become the best version of yourself. You're going to need self-discipline no matter what. So the different avenues that I've recently discovered is that self-discipline is definitely not just about staying focused, but it's also being able to say no when something doesn't serve your highest good. Having the discipline to say no and let that thing or person or situation go, and believe and know that something better can be provided for you. And I think the discipline around having the ability to say no to that just shows strength and faith within yourself, knowing that there's always going to be something better to arrive within your path, and not being too attached to things that don't serve your highest good, because what are we doing here other than trying to live our best lives? You know what I mean? So I've learned that definitely learning how to say no to things that don't serve you is part of self-discipline. Another avenue is the fact that, this avenue for me, I feel like is split into like 4. Having the discipline of where you go, having the discipline of what you see, having the discipline of what you say, and having the discipline of what you receive, what you take from people, whether it be physically, spiritually, or emotionally. Like, just having that discipline. If you're not meant to be in a certain, not area, but like establishment that may not serve your highest good. Let's say you're trying to practice discipline on restricting yourself from taking in certain what is the word I can use I don't want to say drugs because I know there's another term that I can say. But for instance, like, if you have a habit of drinking past your responsible limit, and you're working towards having a more healthier relationship with whether it be alcohol or food or whatever it is that that you tend to indulge in, it's having that self-discipline of maybe not going to certain establishments that may have that temptation around, and practicing the discipline to create that barrier, to know what is healthy and to know what is going to serve your highest good. In terms of what you see, I understand a lot of people have their needs that have to be met, but sometimes watching certain things that can be inappropriate, or a warped view of reality. So for instance, the pornographic world. This is so nerve-wracking for me to speak about because I am not that kind of person that indulges in that, but no judgment over here. But I'm just trying to use examples that can use to explain the ways in which this self-discipline avenue is split up, and what you view. It can also be just negative content that just doesn't provide any beneficial substance to your life. Just having that discipline to know this is not helping me. It's probably causing you to indulge in gossip, want to cause chaos, and that's just not something you want in your aura. It's not something you want in your vibrationary field. You know what I'm saying? So definitely having the discipline to monitor what you're viewing, and what you're putting your time and energy into. And of course that is kind of obvious in a way to connect it with self-discipline, but I never really understood it, like, what you see, where you go, what you receive. But that brings us on to what you receive, what you take from people. It's knowing the energy behind the offering. Does it sound too good to be true? There's a lot of things nowadays that people offer where it sounds like a fairy tale and it sounds so perfect and it's wrapped in gold and nothing can go wrong, and it may resolve an issue that you may have in your life, and there's no catch per se. It's just wondering, what are you gonna have to give to receive this offering? Because growing up, I was always raised to, never really accept things from other people. Not necessarily things, but like especially food, not eat from anyone's home. And, if someone is giving to you, you kind of have to have something to give back as well, because everything is a trade. If you think something is being offered to you completely for free and there's nothing that you have to give in return, there may be something. And it's about trying to connect your third eye, use your heart to kind of read the energy of what is being offered to you. If it does seem good to be true and what you have to give doesn't equate to what you're receiving, like if you're receiving a massive amount of wealth or in such a short amount of time, and you don't really have to do anything to work for that or to show true earning, then you have to kind of wonder, what could this person be taking from me then? Like, because there's nothing free in this world. Even when you breathe, you have to breathe out to give back. To receive the oxygen, you have to breathe out. So everything is a transaction. Everything is a give and take. So that is another section of discipline I've learned. Understanding the energy of what you're receiving from someone, because something that isn't given in good light can really dim your light. And I'm just trying to raise the vibration, and I'm learning this too. So even as I'm like doing this video, I am still learning and trying to sharpen my discernment whenever it comes around to discipline of the give and take and the receive. So that's one other aspect. The other one, what you listen to, I think that was the fourth one. This is a very loud world now. So much is going on. If you're not in a physically loud place, you have your phone right beside you or some form of electronic device where you can just go into another, man-made world and be bombarded with different opinions, different views, content, and different type of lifestyles that are lived all around the world. And I'm not one to say whether it's healthy or not that we have such access to so much information, but this is how the world is now. So we do have to be more sharper in discerning what we're listening to, and what we're listening to, what we're taking in. Because I feel like when something is sonically played to you, or when something is absorbed sonically, it can be a lot more difficult to discern later on in life if a thought that comes in was genuinely your thought. Because let's say you have a habit, I don't want to use the word habit, but there's only so many words I know. I'm a young girl myself, so, but let's say you have a tendency to listen to a certain type of music, or you watch a certain type of TV show that may not be for your most highest and best and tailored self. And I understand you know, being alive in this world, there's also, you need a balance. I do to go out. Sometimes I watch some shows or movies to ground myself, to just relax and kind of tune out of spirituality, and you know, because it just have to be a balance. I'm human, so I'm not trying to say like this is such an easy thing, but when it comes to discipline, of what you hear, you know, like certain music, some shows, they can present views upon you that they do more harm than good. And you know, sorry, I'm wearing a jacket and I'm going out soon, so. Some music genres feed a lifestyle that even the artist probably doesn't even live. So you have to also ask yourself, what is the agenda that's being pushed here while I'm listening to this music or while I'm watching this TV show? Because if they don't live that life, then why are they pumping energy into that lifestyle? Why are they not being an advocate for their own words, for their own music? And you know, music is very spiritual. It connects deeply because of the, you know, just how music is, like the sounds and all of that have a deeper resonance into ourselves than we may think. And I just feel like having that discipline of balancing what we're listening to, I think it's especially music, because there's a lot of music out there, different types, and there's always a better type of music out there. Bob Marley's music still lives on, Tupac's music still lives on. You know, there's so much great music out there, but it is flooded and kind of dimmed by the modern music we have to listen to today, and a lot of TV shows and just different content that steers you off into a different lifestyle. And that is one really, really, really big section of discipline that I am dealing with right now, because I love music. So it's not even just about just listening to light music that just kind of makes me feel more into who I am and make me feel, you know, it's motivational kind of music. I also like a balance. To sometimes, you know, I want to turn up and hear those kind of beats, but it's just about knowing and understanding that this is a song that's probably supposed to make you feel a specific type of way, but also knowing and understanding that these people who make the music and push this kind of music probably have an agenda. Let's be real, they probably have their own agenda, because the artist may not even be living that lifestyle. And I also believe that, you know, some artists didn't necessarily plan to do music for like their whole life, but maybe they've signed into a deal that probably, unfortunately, doesn't allow them to do anything but music. So even having that knowledge can make you think about why they're making the music they do. Like, they probably don't have a choice at this point, you know? So it's kind of listening to certain songs, listening to certain things or shows with the discernment and the awareness that maybe the person who is the face of the brand, the face of the music, the face of the show, they probably don't even have a choice but to, you know, send out this message, but to pump energy into this lifestyle. So that's just a food for thought. You know, I'm just speaking genuinely for my soul. I don't practice these episodes or anything. I just have a hunch that maybe it's time for me to speak on something, and today it was self-discipline. So I hope you enjoyed this episode, and I hope you were able to take something from it. Whew. Boy, oh boy, I'm excited for the next episode, and I just want to say thank you so much to everybody that's been still keeping, you know, invested in my series, The Gifts You Give Yourself. And yeah, I'm just so excited for this journey, and I really do want to send out my thanks and gratitude, because I know I took a really long break, and I just want to say these moments when I make these videos, or these episodes should I say, it's divine to me. I just haven't it's like my brain is just saying, okay, make the video, and I can't ignore it anymore. So yeah, so I just had to host this today, and I'm looking forward to the next one. So thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you in the next episode.